Joining me now from Syracuse, New York is Brittany Kmush. She is a professor of public health at Syracuse University. So Brittany, first I want to get your reaction to the FDA Advisory Committee just a short time ago recommending emergency use of the Pfizer vaccine. It still has another hurdle or so to cross, but what are the biggest considerations right now, especially as we're seeing other countries using it?
Yeah, so it's a really great sign that the committee recommended the emergency use authorization of this vaccine. So what they did is they looked at the efficacy data as well as the safety data in this really large phase 3 trial and decided that the benefits of the vaccine, or the potential benefits, greatly outweigh the potential risks.
We're seeing all these different drug companies right now, Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, all trying to get their vaccines rolled out. How do you determine which vaccine to take and who makes that choice? Would it be the government? Would it be doctors? Or would it be patients when you have so many to choose from?
I think the first rate limiting step will be what's available and what's available the fastest. I don't think for the foreseeable future we'll really have the luxury to choose which vaccine we want. And then later on down the road, when the doses are much more available, then we will be able to make a choice about which vaccine to get.
And do you ever see a point when you see all these companies making the exact same vaccine using the same formula, or will there always be a variation? Is that fairly common?
It's fairly common to have a couple different options. I know the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are similar. The AstraZeneca one is quite different formulation, but it is common to have a couple different formulations so that people with different conditions and things like that can choose which one might be better for them.
And Brittany, I want to ask you about what's happening here in the United States with this change in leadership happening very soon at the top level. Is this vaccine, do you think, becoming politicized? Because there's been some distrust and conspiracy theories already out there with should I take the vaccine, or no, I won't take the vaccine. Is this something that's really only seen here in the United States? And do you think seeing former U.S. presidents take this vaccine on camera change people's minds?
I don't think that the vaccine hesitancy is only in the United States. However, the politicization of it has been very strong in the United States. The entire COVID-19 pandemic has been highly politicized. And I think that that is very unfortunate, and it has greatly disrupted our response. And so I hope that the response to the vaccine and the rollout and uptake of the vaccine will not face the same political drivers.
I know people have expressed concerns about the speed at which these vaccines have been tested and rolled out, not just here, but in other countries as well. What happens if complications or bad reactions arise? Will we see a pullback or a full stop?
Well, that depends on what we've seen. I mean, the vaccine from Pfizer so far looks very safe. They've been monitoring people quite a lot. There were no serious adverse reactions after the vaccine. There were some mild adverse reactions, fever, chills, aches and pains at the injection site. And they'll continue to monitor the safety in the trial participants as well as in members of the public who receive the vaccine to make sure that we don't see any of these adverse reactions. And so if we do start seeing a rare signal, which we could only see when we start vaccinating millions of people, then that might change things. But so far, everything looks very safe.
All right, Professor Brittany Kmush, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.